Welcome to the Shaw Consulting Podcast. In this podcast, we're going to be discussing AI in social housing, how ready the sector is to embrace it, and what needs to be done to maximise its potential. So is AI the next big opportunity, or does the sector need to focus on getting the basics right first? I'm your host, Stuart, and I'm joined today, as always, by Shaw Consulting MD, Chris Shaw. Hi, Chris.
Thanks, Stuart. Good to be here.
So, first question, Chris. Many social housing providers still struggle with data management, legacy systems, and digital transformation. Does the sector need to get these fundamentals right before AI can be successfully implemented? How critical are these basic factors to making AI work?
It's absolutely critical that we get the fundamentals right. We've got to ensure we've got effective data management. We've got to modernize these legacy systems that are still out there. And we've got to embrace those digital transformations. These are the building blocks that are going to enable us to successfully use AI. Without accurate and well-organized data, AI systems just can't function properly. Legacy systems often lack that flexibility needed to integrate AI technologies, and digital transformation will ensure that the infrastructure that we have in place will support these AI initiatives. Think of it as building a house. You need a strong foundation before you can add the advanced features.
Well, that's a great analogy, Chris. So, what differentiates housing providers that will thrive with AI from those that may fail? Is it down to leadership, investment in digital infrastructure, or just an organization's general approach to innovation?
I think it's a combination of all three. You'd need strong leadership. It's essential for driving AI initiatives and fostering that culture of innovation. Investment in digital infrastructure ensures that the necessary tools and technologies are available. An organization's approach to innovation, being open to experimentation and learning from failures, is also critical. Providers that embrace these elements are more likely to succeed in AI. I think the other thing is we need to be training our staff on AI now. The jobs that they're doing now are not going to be the jobs that they're going to be doing in 18, 24 months' time. They're going to need to know how to use AI effectively to augment what they do.
That's coming back to your point about putting the foundations in place, isn't it, for what's about to come?
Mm-hmm.
So, what does an AI ready social housing organization look like? Are there key technology strategies or cultural shifts that need to be in place before that AI adoption can be effective?
An AI-ready housing organization typically has a few key characteristics. Technologically, they have a robust data management system, they'll have a modern IT infrastructure, and they'll have some good cybersecurity measures in place. Strategically, they'll have a clear AI roadmap that's well aligned with their goals. Culturally, they'll foster an environment of continuous learning and innovation, and they'll be encouraging their staff to experiment with these new technologies, without that fear of failure. Just think about Elon Musk and how many times he's sending a rocket up into space and it's just blowing up. But each time they're learning about what went wrong. We've got to not fear failure.
I thought we were going to get away with this podcast without mentioning the M word. So let's swiftly move on. So where could AI make the biggest impact in social housing? Could it improve tenant services, streamline maintenance, or enhance compliance and safety? What practical examples have we seen so far, Chris?
I think AI has the potential to make a significant impact in several areas. For instance, you've got the AI-powered chatbots, which can improve tenant services and give you that 24/7 support, quick responses to queries, dipping into the back-end systems to tell them the rent balance, when a repair is due, even processing a repair through, filling out forms of information applications. It can all be done by these AI-powered chatbots. That predictive maintenance of systems, that can help to identify issues before they become major problems. That's going to reduce downtime. It's going to reduce repair costs. It's going to reduce any claims against the housing organization, for instance, for being without heating. AI can also enhance compliance and safety by monitoring the building conditions. It can help to ensure regulatory requirements are met. Some practical examples include AI systems being used by housing providers to optimize their resource allocation and improve tenant engagement.
I know this is a bit of a difficult question. I'm going to throw it at you, Chris, but we've talked all about this. What timescales are we talking about?
I think it's now. It's not something that's coming. It's something that is now. It's here. There's organizations in social housing that are using it. There's a lot more organizations that are using it in the private sector. And a lot of the things that were needed to be processed manually can now be done and is being done by AI agents, where, it's looking at documents, it's checking that they're complete, asset management compliance around certificates. These can be looked at by AI agents. They can be processed automatically, can be stored, they can be creating remedial tasks, they can be scheduling teams to go out and carry out the required repairs. All of this can be done now.
So it's basically what you're saying, it's already in place. And those who aren't prepared for it probably need to be considering it. It needs to be up there and pretty much near the top of the agenda.
Yeah, that's it.
So finally, with AI adoption, there are risks and there are also challenges. So how do housing providers ensure AI is used responsibly, avoiding bias, privacy concerns, and unintended consequences?
The risks and challenges include that potential bias in AI algorithms. There is privacy concerns, and there does need to be some human oversight to ensure AI is used in a responsible way. Housing providers will need to implement some robust data governance policies. They'll need to do these regular audits of AI systems to make sure that there isn't bias happening and make sure that we're maintaining transparency in the decision-making processes. I think it's important to involve that diverse range of stakeholders in the development and then the ongoing monitoring of the AI systems, to ensure that there is fairness and, there is accountability ultimately.
So human input is still critical.
Yeah, they're not doing away with us yet, no.
Well, on that note, I think that wraps up the podcast. Thanks very much, Chris, as usual. So any organisation wanting support can contact Chris via LinkedIn. So thanks very much for listening today, and watch out for more podcasts heading your way soon. Thank you.